Hello, and welcome to episode 15 of The Spirit Engine 2. I'm Bring Stabbity, the stabby that ever stabbed it, and with me we have...
And Weissmuller, who is going to be eager to finally fight our way out of this horrible city, which
Yep.
was a wonderful city up until rather recently.
Yeah, it was all fun and games, quite literally, fun and games. And then the Sky Children came. But, for anyone that's curious, take a peek at Grace over here, hiding behind the tree, being all sneaky and all. She's on the lookout for us. But, that's enough waiting. Let's go! All that's left is Dragon's Gate. And look at the extent of the snow. Doesn't extend past the city that far. Oh, should have saved here, but that's okay. Cobalt Blue Ring of Magic Protection. You can start us off. Magical, minus 32, minus 3.
Does Mauritius still have a magic protection ring? Yes. No, he doesn't. Well, he has.
He's got magical and magical bonus.
I think maybe that magical bonus might be worth swapping out for the pure protection ring at this point, since the plus 15 is nice, but
he hasn't been having the opportunity to use all that much damage until kind of like the final moments of the battle. Because he opens up with the dams, and then he gets to healing, and then the battle's won. So yeah, we can do protection. That's not the way I wanted to do this.
There we go. That's better.
That's much better. Hey. What's your words? You never know who might be listening. My God. A full-grown cloud child. Well, then it's not a cloud child, it's a cloud adult. Hey! Okay.
He'll be here all night.
I'll be here all night. You can buy rotten tomatoes at the door.
I just flew in from Kelstarin, and boy, are my arms tired.
Don't make any sudden sounds or movements. We don't want to provoke it. No cloud child has ever been seen below cloud level over Loreftane. To my knowledge, no human has ever come this close to one and lived to tell the tale. It's just standing there, watching us, and it's blocking the gate. What does it want? What should we do? I'm going to assume that retreat is a but thou must, or rather it'll let us go back and get any stuff that we missed, which we didn't.
Right.
But
it'll give us a little bit of dialogue. That's
exactly. And completionist me says extra dialogue is good. We should retreat slowly before it decides that we're anything more than a curiosity. We aren't capable of fighting such a creature yet. Okay. Emphasis on the little bit of dialogue. Anyway, they're still nervous, depressed, and nervous. Let's fight it for real. It's still there, blocking the gate. I don't think that it wants us to leave. What do we do? Well, the only option left. Fight! The same thing we've done every night, Pinky. Fight the Cloud Child. The same thing we've done to everything else in our way. We kill it and we move on. I think we owe it to the people of Porto Vale to bring down at least one of these monsters before we leave their city. If God himself wishes to abstain from punishing these foul creatures, we must show that we are unafraid to act in his absence. Not because it is easy, but because it is right. Well, that is some music.
and
I won't say funky music, but interesting music.
I actually really like this one. And just wait for the crying in the background to kick in on this track.
Oh, lovely. Anyway, that's a lot of HP. 3940. It's large. It has a shit ton of a fixed damage reduction. So I'm thinking we're going to want to focus on concussive. What we have.
You're going to want to. No, you're going to want to use aimed and slay because it's large.
That's true. Oh yeah, slay does concussive damage. No, that's Thunderstrike. Why is it? There we go. Piercing damage. 30% extra damage to large creatures. Aimed shot, extra damage to large creatures. Damn. And I'm thinking we're going to want to do the same thing we did for, what was his name? Urtot?
Be quiet for just a moment here.
Okay.
In this phrase, we should be getting some of the...
I do like the strings.
Okay, never mind. It wasn't quite there.
Okay, whatever. Let's get Mauritius out front so that he can tank with Chi. And I'm thinking we just pause everyone, because we need to do higher damage than usual in order to get past his defenses. Oh, actually, remind me, what is the star thing here?
It means various things depending on the enemy. Just pay attention here and see what happens.
Okie doke. Alright, they're fully set for first level. Magical damage. Wonderful. Derwin, get up front. And Mauritius, get back. Of course he keeps going for magical. That is annoying.
One thing you may want to do for Mauritius here, we haven't invested much in Aurora, but because of how this fight works, when you're not busy healing or damning, you may want him launching Aurora to just give him a layer of protection against...
Against the magic?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that's not up to full yet, is it?
It will turn bright green when it is absolutely fully charged.
Okay. Alright, Grace, you get to go up front for a little bit. There we go, it's going to yellow.
Alright.
Dodged, perfect. Alright, start off with the dam.
Let's
Sure
see
it's
how...
on dam, yes.
Let's see how much it knocks it down. It's
225,
you have to...
28.
I think we can, with him damned that hard, we can just focus on hammering him without charging too much. Because...
Yep, I think so too. Mauritius, though, I think it's time for you to heal.
And then Aurora, after he heals. Because you see, you see the, that's a layer of protection.
Yes, it is.
So
but
let's...
It went down very quickly, fortunately. But it's slowly going up. Okay, back to Furwin. There's some healing. Oh! Just knocked it down.
And now we will be able to damage it as long as it's still knocked out. Basically, we have to wear down its protection to stun it, and then work on its actual health.
Interesting combination. Works.
So what I do, because of this, I tend to pause their attacks a little. Well, actually, just keep them attacking for now, but I really want to get my money's worth for attacks when it's knocked down, because...
Yeah, that makes sense. keep going. So yeah, basically when it gets low, okay.
And I think it's time for him to Aurora, because...
I think so too. Let's look at the description. Offensive skill, which grants all party members the ability to absorb an amount of damage, double to the user.
Magic damage, specifically.
Yep, an amount of magic damage, double to the user. Good. We definitely want to do that.
Fire it off a couple of times, and then it will...
Oh, good job on the Aurora. And Furwin just ran through.
Yeah, when it's levitating to... And if you hover over the Aurora symbol over... actually, hover over... Just hover over him.
Aurora 30. Aurora 164. Aurora 0.
A lot of Mauritius's Aurora got burnt down by the magical attack, but you kept it from punching through and hitting his health, which is
an absolutely good use of it.
Yep.
Alright, well, let's keep going. Actually, you two should stay paused, I guess. Mauritius, you should probably cast another Aurora. And
then shift. Yep.
Go, she's out for the 30 Aurora that he has. It's not worth it. Erwin, get back front. Let's cast an Aurora. Good. 358, 164, 164. Okay. Now we go with the dam. And actually, I'll pause it, wait for them to fully charge. I should have gotten Mauritius out front for that attack. That's okay. Race.
I think we can move him front for now. And then if we see him start to use the magic balls, you just, like now, we click on Grace.
Okay.
There we go.
She's out. Erwin gets to go out front. Shot, we're good, yet.
Let's just charge up his
Okay, Mauritius.
dam fully, and then we'll really hose the resistances and allow us to more easily...
Works for me. So,
But once they're fully charged with their attacks, even if he's not damned yet, they'll still be able to do something useful with them because fully charged attack.
Yep. Don't want him to move, though. Okay.
Just keep him charging, but you'll have him Aurora. You'll have him heal an Aurora while it's stunned.
Right.
All right.
Race.
All right. Now it's time to fire off their attacks.
Right. Off, go.
As you see, those did massive damage because...
Yes, they did. Alright, should I pause them? I'll pause them, I guess.
For now.
And let's let Mauritius fire up. Nope.
Move Mauritius in front.
Mauritius, good. Haha, he absorbed that.
I think he'll want to heal immediately after he dams because...
I think so, too.
Alright, he can dam now.
Alright, let's go dam. How's that doing? Minus 71, minus 21%.
Yeah, it's way better. He can heal now.
Heal, and you two can attack, I guess.
Yep.
Should I attack with just one of them? Say just...
Attack with both.
Okay. 2461, and let's make sure we...
Have him heal a couple of times, then try and put on an Aurora. you get the general idea. The idea is we're wanting to wear down this bastard. At least he doesn't heal himself.
At least he doesn't heal himself, except for
I
that
mean,
blast bar.
He doesn't heal his actual health.
Aurora, go up. And yeah, it looks like the next round we'll be able to kill him. I guess just pause and have Dam ready?
Or you could Aurora again.
Does it keep
it will
building?
keep stacking. Yes, it keeps
keeps
stacking.
Well, then Aurora it is. So close. And besides, we need it.
You can pause their slay and aim.
You two need to pause. And yeah, he's out of a dam. Aurora. Grace. Got 164, you got 126. Okay, good.
Let's dam him again. We've
Dam him first? Sure.
we know the procedure here. It's
Yep. Yep. Vicious. Tank that.
absorb
Thank you.
a giant walk to the face. It's your job.
That's the priest's job in this party. You're good for one. You're good for the next. Grace, tank the next two. And
As I
dodge
said,
one of them. Wonderful.
normally Aurora isn't something that it's ideal to rely on, but for this fight, just the way it works, it's
Quite handy.
it helps. Yes.
Yep. Mauritius, your turn to take that rock to the face. But yeah, we're definitely in turtle territory, not rabbit territory. Or hare, whatever it's supposed to be.
Definitely not cheetah territory.
Definitely not cheetah.
I'm pretty sure that's meant to be a cheetah, not just any cat, because
Yeah, for when
Cheetahs-
you have to tank that one.
well, thankfully he has high armor, so
Yes, he does. Okay,
Are-
they're full.
so
I'm thinking
fire
the
'em off.
dam, and then should I hold off the dam until it's at full? Yeah, I'll hold
Yeah,
off the dam until it's at full. So just fire these two. That'll take him real close. Perfect. Down to 800. And I guess you can pause. Grace needs to be up front. Dodge, please. Yay! Thank you.
she was listening.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay. Toss a dam.
now it's time to fire our
And shot.
slay.
Yep. Slay, and she dodged again. And
Let's
Wrath,
do Wrath because we want to
shot,
finish this.
Slay, and let's finish him off as quickly as possible. Whoa! 4 levels. Yeah, that's definitely a boss fight. 29,025 experience points. The party gained 4 levels. Mauritius. Skill stats. Heal, Wrath, Dam,
And Chosen.
Chosen. Erwin.
Might, Slay, and Fortitude to cap.
Might, Slay, Fortitude to cap. Grace, aimed shot.
Fortitude, obviously, next, because
Fortitude. And the next two, I think we can go Lucky Lady and Explosive Shell.
works for me.
There we go. They're all done. That thing has green blood coming from its eyes.
And it deserved it. I like the propaganda posters for peace and hope in the.
Yep. Okay. Aid Station 12, unvisited. Let's see what's here. My God, what has happened to the city? This is short. Oh, go ahead.
You take him. You've got a great voice for.
This is surely our country's darkest hour. Your report, Captain? What can you tell us?
Colonel.
Yes, you can take the Colonel.
I don't know if I can find words to do justice to the scale of the disaster, parliamentarians. We know so little at this stage. 3 days ago, an explosion was reported within the city limits, and a towering pillar of flame rose up through the clouds. Then the temperature began to plummet. Ice arced along the estuary. Dark crimson clouds accumulated overhead. Snow began to fall, and the cloud children descended from their migration routes to feed.
God help us all. The Agarans have just committed the worst atrocity that Medea has ever seen, and we let them do it. This is the price we pay for losing our grip on the nation's security.
What an asshole.
Our troop numbers have been depleted, our borders left open, citizens allowed to walk our streets unrestricted and unwatched. If our governors had only given more attention to the loyalty bill. Hey, yeah, Patriot Act. No thank you.
What an asshole.
Very much so. Now is not the time for politics, Henley, especially in the presence of our governors. We don't know that the Agarans are responsible yet. I'm afraid we do, Camelia. We received intelligence detailing their intentions from across the border only a few days ago, but it was too late to stop the attacks on Porto Vale and Gulstarin. The current Yagaran regime clearly intends to wage war without bounds. I would advise against inaction. Honorable leaders, the people will demand retribution for this atrocity. Indeed, war may be upon us whether we seek it or not, and our independence is at stake. Who else other than the Agarans has an alchemic core capable of developing such a terrible weapon? They have made many attacks upon our great nation. Its history. This can only be the sinister prelude to another. Time is short, and they may already be marching their armies across the border zone. No, we can't speak like this. We must open dialogue with the Agarans. It isn't so long since the Malmara peace accords broke down. We still have channels through which to approach them. We must talk. Negotiate. This is no time for chatter, woman! This is war, the likes of which Medea has never seen before. The destruction of Porto Vale is a cowardly first strike, and we have been caught off guard because we have grown weak and complacent. If our nation is to survive, we must strike back. We need instruction from the Ricari, and we need it now, before it's too late. Otherwise, we must organize the defense of the Union ourselves.
We are considering our response to the crisis, parliamentarian. Find peace for now. You will be patient as you wait for our instructions.
I will be patient, yes. Forgive me, wise governors. I don't know what came over me.
Are you suggesting that maybe he was influenced there?
No, not in the slightest. They just helped him calm down. Now, were privates still privates?
Yes.
Okay. Captain, honored... No. Captain, honored guests...
Colonel, honored guest.
Colonel, honored guests. We've found survivors from the very center of the city, fleeing down Armistice Road. We thought you might wish to speak with them directly. Honored representatives, exalted Ricari, we are at your service. Mauritius, Ferwin, you must kneel. These people are the highest authority in all the Reftane. Even the Ricari have made an appearance. You must show them your respect. Mauritius, don't you dare kneel. Yes! Ha-ha! I like him even more. I kneel only before the Lord God. No mortal force upon Medea may claim dominion over me. Thank you. You are wonderful, Mauritius.
You would do well to service your religion as well as you claim, Mauritius Johann Weiss. Your absence from Tawny Edge has been noted.
What? No, I've merely been delayed. How could you possibly know about that?
These things are transparent to us, as is your destination. We know through you and your independence will serve the greater peace. Stand and address the parliamentarians. What word do you bring them from inside the city?
Now, I'm bothered here a little bit. We know through you and your independence will serve the greater peace.
Yeah, the phrasing there is weird, but whatever.
Whatever. The only news we have is bad. Porto Vale lies in ruins, and the only other people we encountered on its streets seem to have been transformed into shambling monsters. We were able to fight our way out, but not without great difficulty. Yeah, tell me about it. We actually died for once. The city is overrun with horrors, and the Cloud Children there appear to be spawning.
It is as we feared then. The city is lost. Flatten it with artillery, and drive the Cloud Children away.
Wait! We survived for days by sheltering in a bunker. There may be more like us, still hiding in the ruins. If you shell the city, you'll kill them all.
Regrettable, but more will die if we allow the Cloud Children to gain a foothold on our warm ground. These creatures are dangerous. We should have warred against them from the beginning instead of tolerating their presence. Representatives, excuse us. We are receiving reports of massive Yegaran troop deployments along the border zone. This should not be. Responses must be considered. We leave to mitigate. Parliamentarians, you should return to survey what remains of Kelstarin in our absence. Trust in our wisdom.
Trust in Rakari wisdom. This is absurd! We can't afford to waste any more time watching this disaster unfold. Precious hours are being lost whilst we wait for the Rakari to perform their shadowy consultations.
Do not worry, parliamentarians. As per emergency doctrine, all the forces our great army can muster are already being assembled in the west to counter the threat from Yagara. God willing, their bravery will secure them victory.
The courage of our soldiers is beyond doubt, Captain, but I fear they're being pushed out into the unknown, as are we all. The Agarans have the initiative now, and we are at their mercy. Someone must raise the possibility of a settlement. Things go badly in the coming weeks. What overtures will we make to them? What price are we willing to pay to secure peace? Capitulation? Never! By God, man! If you so much as mention the notion before me again, I'll wring your neck myself. The Lareftes will never surrender to foreign aggression.
Solemn greetings, fellow parliamentarians. I must apologize profusely for my lateness.
Batiste. Interesting name.
My carriage was held up by the sheer number of refugees on the road to Tolksworth. What discussion have I missed?
Precious little. Our governors came and watched and left. Their only action was to order the destruction of one of our great cities, and now they leave to consider.
I'm sorry to hear that. Their flight is hardly surprising. When have they ever shown compassion towards our people? I did not expect them to start now. We are like cattle to them. I'll tell you why they left, parliamentarians. They are afraid. They're finally losing their iron grip on the people and their command of this situation. They have no response to give.
Your blatant disrespect for our governors shames us all, Batiste. Now, more than ever, we need to wait calmly for their guidance. You should keep your ridiculous conspiracy theories to yourself and your friends.
Poor Camiella. They play you like a fiddle. They play us all. If you spent as much time away from Parliament as I do and allowed your own thoughts to flourish, you would see just how helpless we are.
What do you care for Loreftain's future, Batiste? I'm surprised you even left Amara to come and see the devastation for yourself. This conflict is unlikely to ever reach your corner of the Union.
Remember Amara?
I do not, unfortunately.
Remember how Grace was involved in putting down a major rebellion?
That is correct.
Amara.
Okay. Yes.
Suffering and injustice concerns us all. I'm not my father, Price. I spend so much time absent from the Parliament of Stars because I know that whether I attend or not, my voice counts for nothing as long as the current state is upheld. But this is our chance as a Parliament to make our own decisions for our people. Indeed, if we do not, we may not exist as a Parliament for much longer by the time the Agarans are through with us.
Batiste may be right. We cannot afford to wait for their response. The Ricari watch over us from a lofty height, and they have guided us with wise hands for so long.
Wait a moment. I love that animation for him gesturing with his hand. It's so simple, but I really think it's expressive there.
Yeah, that is true.
Alright, anyhow, sorry.
But I fear that at such a distance, this crisis is moving too fast for them to handle. It is humans who are suffering down here, and we must act to protect our people. This is the new face of war, parliamentarians, and I fear that we have not yet seen the worst of it. We must do whatever is necessary to ensure the Union survives the coming trials. What do we do now? The parliamentarians seem to have made up their minds. We head south, like Jacques said, and make our way to the Institute for Higher Learning. Let us pray that he's telling the truth this time. More refugees?
Yep. Probably from the outskirts, because...
Because I don't think anyone else made it out of the city center.
Yeah, let's head left just because that's the wrong way.
There's the artillery.
Yep.
Oh, and they're firing.
Yep.
I mean, these guys aren't, but someone is. And it's making the screen shake. And making a little sound effect.
Okay, we can... You can't talk to Greenweave? Okay.
I heard your plea for sanity at the meeting, Parliamentarian Camellia. It was admirable. Admirable, but useless. What good can I do? I'm surrounded by a pack of angry, foolish men, far too eager to wage war. I doubt that any of them would be quite so bloodthirsty if their own families were being marched off to the borders to fight. I fear that the depth of this disaster is greater than any of us realize. An attack of this nature is unprecedented. Whoever is behind it may not stop at just 2 cities. I cannot believe the Agaran government would use such a weapon, but I am alone. Even the normally serene and wise Ricari may abandon dialogue in favor of the rash and vengeful response which the people will demand. Whoever destroyed Porto Vale doesn't look like they want to talk. Sometimes you have no choice but to fight. If the whole nation was run by well-meaning pacifists like yourself, we'd all be speaking Agaran instead. Mauritius, you love just pushing people's buttons.
I actually have to say, I feel like her pacifism is sort of naive, even if we have hints that this whole thing is a conspiracy that's meant to mislead things. On the other hand, Parliamentarian Henley is a scumbag, and I dislike him. The other ones who are reluctantly saying we're going to have to do what's necessary, I actually have sympathy with him. Henley is a total scumbag.
Yep. No, I won't believe it. We were making progress at Malamara. Even the Agaran's not capable of this degree of inhumanity. Some evil is at work here, turning man against man, and bringing out the worst in us all.
She's right.
That is true. And we are trapped between them. What can we do? What words could we find powerful enough to soothe this rage? I fear our vocabulary is better suited for wounding than embracing. I mean, not wrong. Oh, enough of this. I cannot stand to see them shell my beautiful city. It breaks my heart. Please excuse me. I have to leave. I wish you good fortune, wherever the fates take you next. Parliamentarian Kamalia has been a long-standing advocate of peace between Loreftain and Yeagari. It's no surprise, given her mixed parentage across the border. I doubt her voice will be heard too loudly in days to come. Her credibility never recovered from the accusations that she was in covert contact with the Yeagaran Secret Services during her first period in office.
And honestly, in a way, it doesn't even matter if that's true, because... And we can talk to Greenweave, looks like.
We can. I still don't know how the three of you managed to get out of the city center alive so long after the attack. The only other survivors are those who fled the suburbs quickly. I was among them. We were stacking crates in a dockside bunker when the attack came. We sheltered there for several days before attempting our escape. There was nothing extraordinary about it. Really, you don't look much like laborers, and you'd certainly need to be skilled to fight your way out of that hell. I mean, do you not see the armor?
And the gun, and the...
And the gun, and the fact that Grace is a former general, and... yeah. Yes, you were most fortunate indeed. You would have perished along with a third of the city's population if you hadn't been sheltering when the Yeagarans struck. Please forgive my suspicion. At the moment, there is little more for us to do except point fingers. This will go down in Lorefti's history as our most dreadful day, if we even have a history a year from now. The Ricari have been our sage governors for as long as anybody can remember, but even they seem perturbed by the sudden scale of these events. I've never seen that before, not even during the Amaran uprising, and I don't know what it means, but I fear the worst for us all. The Parliament of Stars in Kilstarn is likely destroyed, and many parliamentarians will have lost friends and family there, if not their own lives. The coming emergency meeting of Parliament will not be a happy one. Sir, your coach awaits. The driver is anxious to leave as the guns are upsetting the steeds. With the roads as they are, we'll need to leave early to reach Kilstarn in good time. Yes, I am done here. I must put distance between myself and this awful place. Farewell, citizens. I hope your good fortune holds. We will need all the luck that Arya can grant us. There goes Greenweave.
And we can talk to Henley, because of course we want to talk to him.
Of course we do. If the Parliament of Stars had only listened to me, this disaster would never have come to pass. We'd have struck at Yeagara years ago, before they ever developed such a terrible capability. There can be no order without security of military strength, and the Loreftain has been allowed to rot over time in the name of peace and prosperity. It looks pretty peaceful and prosperous now, doesn't it? Heaven knows, with the army in its current state, we barely have the numbers to hold down provinces like Amara, let alone secure our own borders. I suppose you'd know enough about that, Miss Winters. The southeastern states have never given the Union anything other than trouble. Amara's history is a long and tragic one, Parliamentarian. Little wonder that their population feels so aggrieved after the way that we were forced to deal with the 726 uprising. Huh. I heard that you'd softened, Mr. Winters. I have little time for history, and neither does Parliament. As you well know...
Sorry. Sorry, I just...
Parliament doesn't have time for history?
Well, he doesn't have time for history. Thank you so much, Henley. You've pretty well established the sort of man you are.
Yep. As you well know, they spent precious few sessions learning from the mistakes of your campaign. Our mistakes? The only errors made were by your honored peers as they played games with politics and logistics. If we'd only been given a few more divisions from the outset... I'd say you had enough. You should have put down a few more Amarans while you had the chance, and then maybe now we wouldn't have to worry about moving troops out of the area for fear of another rebellion. Enough of my moaning. This isn't a time for me to crow about my grim foresight. We need unity and a sense of purpose. Now, if we are to save our country from this crisis, please, leave me to think.
God, I hate this man.
That stupid, pompous, little man knows nothing. I'm cynical enough to realize that politicians without first-hand experience of war will forever be tugging on the reins of military adventure, but they could at least withhold their worthless opinions in wiser company. Grace is pissed!
Yes, she is.
I've not seen you this upset before, Grace. I'd gathered you'd had experience with the Amaran Rebellion. Is it anything you'd like to talk about? No, I've talked enough. And to people I knew better. I'm sorry, Furman. I thought I could live out my retirement in willful ignorance. But standing here, with the guns behind me, and the burning city in front makes me tremble again. Maybe I was wrong. Wrong about it all. Let us be gone from here quickly. Please? Okay, let's. And I see a save point, and I think it is time to wrap up. So,
All right.
That's it for episode 15. As always, like, follow, subscribe, check out the referral, check out NYS's LP, Star Dynasties, on Something Awful, and, as always, check me out on Odyssey and Rumble to support Alt Tech. And that's that. I'll see you guys next episode. Bye now.